Alright, blink and you'll miss it. We're diving into some seriously mind-bending science today, so keep those eyes peeled. Today I'm answering a question that's probably crossed your mind at some point. One of the wildest science questions out there. A question that touches on the very nature of connection and perception. Can two people far apart experience a connection that goes beyond the ordinary? You know, like twins who claim to sense each other's pain, a phenomenon that has fascinated and puzzled people for generations. Is there something truly special about the bond between twins? Or friends texting right as you think of them? That uncanny feeling when someone pops into your head and then boom, they're on your phone. Is this just coincidence, a quirk of probability and chance encounters? Or is science hiding something deeper? Is there a hidden mechanism, a subtle force, that connects us in ways we don't fully understand? First up, let's talk numbers, because sometimes the cold hard facts can reveal surprising truths. Over 60% of people report having a telepathic experience at least once in their lives. That's a significant chunk of the population. But anecdotes aren't science. Personal stories are compelling, but they don't always hold up under rigorous scrutiny. So what's going on? What does the scientific community have to say about all this? Researchers have actually tested this. They've put these claims to the test using controlled experiments and statistical analysis. In one famous 2018 study from the University of Edinburgh, a respected institution known for its contributions to psychological research, scientists separated pairs into soundproof rooms, creating an environment free from distractions and sensory cues. They flashed images at one and asked the other to sense, to try and perceive what their partner saw. Could they pick up on the images even without any conventional means of communication? Their accuracy? How well did they perform in this telepathy test? 50.1%. Yep, basically chance. A coin flip would have yielded similar results. But wait, the story doesn't end there. A 2020 meta-analysis, a comprehensive review of multiple studies, looked at 36 similar studies, pooling together the data from various experiments to get a broader perspective. Result? What did this large-scale analysis reveal? Only about 3% showed anything over random chance, a tiny fraction, barely a blip on the radar, and none could be reproduced reliably. The findings couldn't be consistently replicated, a crucial requirement for scientific validity. Okay, but what about psychic twins? Surely the special bond between twins must account for something? Harvard ran a decades-long twin study, a massive undertaking to understand the similarities and differences between twins. Over 85% of identical twins reported feeling connected, a deep sense of understanding and shared experience. But when tested in lab conditions, when subjected to the same rigorous controls as other telepathy experiments, their results matched pure randomness. The twin bond, while emotionally powerful, didn't translate into demonstrable psychic abilities. Now here's the twist. The science isn't just debunking telepathy, it's also offering alternative explanations. Neuroscience gives us a clue, shedding light on the complex workings of the human brain. The mirror neuron system, a fascinating network of brain cells, allows us to empathize, to understand and share the feelings of others. But only when we see or hear each other. It relies on visual and auditory cues. Long distance, that system is offline. The neural mechanisms for empathy are less active when we're physically separated. If you suddenly think of your friend, out of the blue, and they text, seemingly in response to your thoughts, that's called confirmation bias, a well-documented psychological phenomenon. We remember the hits, the times when our thoughts seem to align with reality. Forget the misses, the countless times when our thoughts don't lead to any corresponding event. Let's zoom out, take a broader look at the scientific consensus. 95% of scientists say, based on the available evidence, there's no evidence, no reliable scientific proof for mind-to-mind long-distance communication. Telepathy, as traditionally defined, remains unproven. But this doesn't mean that connection isn't real. Studies show emotional sync does happen, that people can experience a shared emotional state, just via old-school tech, through the channels we've used for decades, like phones and messages. The power of communication, even at a distance, shouldn't be underestimated, not magic brainwaves. It's about the information we share and the emotions we convey. Bottom line, the key takeaway from all of this, feeling connected from afar is real. The emotional bond we share with others is a powerful force. But it's psychology, not telepathy. It's rooted in our cognitive biases and our capacity for empathy. Science says our brains are great, incredibly skilled, at making patterns, at finding connections and meaning in the world around us. Even if those patterns, those connections aren't there, even if they are just an illusion, the assembly of public facts can be imperfect, and this content should be regarded as such. This is not a medical advice and should not be taken as such. 60 Sec University class Nanger 135 offered by Lepreuve.com, source of nopal, silphium garum, and pinoate. Latest scientific info. Distrust, revise, subscribe. Always question, always learn, and always stay curious.